I in the air?
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud, hammer in the air. Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better. Voltron transform to DX Don Mega and Orsine. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke, all the steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about I tune in and tune the rest out, Don. You gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air?
Well, what is going down, everybody? Welcome back once again to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I am your host, and I'm so happy that you're here to join me tonight. It is season 25, it is episode 5, and tonight's show is titled Wannabe. We're breaking down the news and entertainment from October 12th through October 17th. We're getting you caught up with the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news, television, movies, reviews, non-spoiler. You come right here to Am I on the Air? Now, it's going to be real quick. Got one movie for you. Going to talk one TV show for you real quick. And then, of course, we're going to get caught up in the last 7 days or so of entertainment news. So you ready? Let's jump right in. I'm going to kick things off with the new number one movie in America, the third film in a new trilogy that we never knew we were going to get until we got it. And that is Halloween Ends. And man, it's been a journey to get to Halloween Ends, my friends. If you remember back in 2018, I believe, a movie came out called Halloween. And it was not a reboot. It was a continuation. We were doing the whole new move in Hollywood now that's like, you know what? Instead of doing a reboot, let's act like some of the sequels never happened, and we'll just say, this is what happened after the original film. So you know the Halloween franchise has been going on for many, many decades, and it's had many, many sequels. Well, basically, when Danny McBride, who's one of the writers on here, teamed up with his producing partner, David Gordon Green, director, David Gordon Green said, our idea is to spin off of the original Halloween movie from 1978, I believe, and continue on from there. So the first Halloween movie that came out a couple years ago would, in essence, be Halloween 2. So it would go Halloween, Halloween 2, then you'd have Halloween Kills, and then Halloween Ends, wrapping up the franchise. So there's been a lot of confusion on that. I've actually had people reach out to me and say, so is this franchise a reboot? Is it a sequel? Like, where does it land? So I just wanted to kind of set that tone right? It's kind of like what they did with Terminator a couple years ago, basically saying that new one that came out a couple years ago was a direct sequel to Terminator 2, even though we had other Terminator sequels. And so it's just something that Hollywood started to look at doing. So Halloween in 2018 was a really good throwback. It was a great way to get us back into the world of Michael Myers. And then COVID happened. A couple years later, we were getting ready to watch Halloween Kills, and I loved the trailers for Halloween Kills. It looked like it was going to be a lot more graphic, a lot more kills. I mean, the movie's called Halloween Kills. It's got to have a lot of kills, right? But it was COVID, so it was in theaters, but they also did the simultaneous release on Peacock. I watched it on Peacock. Halloween Kills was just okay. It was pretty much a letdown. It was not as good as that original one that came out a couple years before it. So here we are at Halloween Ends, and we're thinking, you know what? They're going to go out with a bang, right? This is the end of this new trilogy. We're going to really settle the score on evil in the town of Haddonfield. And then a couple months ago, the news came out that they were going to do the theatrical and Peacock thing again. Which at that point, I just knew there was no hope for this movie. I feel like if anybody had any value, any stake in this film, this would not have gone to Peacock. They would have just been exclusive in theaters. But they did the both thing, which means to me, typically, that there's a lack of faith somewhere. So on Peacock this past Friday night, actually, I saw it on Thursday night before it actually dropped a little early on Peacock. And I sat down and I watched it, and it's a letdown. It does not end the way I hoped it to end. This movie really takes, and I'm going to try to dance around this because I don't want to spoil anything. But it takes this weird cul-de-sac route to get to where we want to go. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people complaining online. I'm going to be honest in this aspect. There's not a lot of Michael Myers in this film. They try something different, and I am not against the approach, but I'm against the approach when this is the last film in a franchise. Like, this is something you would dabble in on a sequel, like a number 2, a number 3, whatever the fact of it. In the middle of a franchise, you could take a risk and do something like this. Doing it and taking the time as your final chapter, when everybody's looking forward to this big standoff between Michael Myers and Laurie, and we're building to this thing, and then we're just like, hey, look over here, we're going to do this subplot, and it's not going to be as interesting. It felt odd, it felt out of place, and this movie has become quite divisive already. It's rotten on Rotten Tomatoes. Most people don't like it, but there's a handful of people online, especially on Twitter, that absolutely loved it, and were really like, ooh, it's a refreshing approach. If you liked it, great. I mean, that's what's awesome about film. It's subjective. Everybody likes what they like. But man, it just didn't work for me. The film is not horrible. It's just not what you should do for a Halloween Ends. I expected something totally different and did not get the film that I think we were all expecting to get. I don't know if it's better than Halloween Kills. I find them kind of on the same level. And at the end of the day, it's just there. And that's that. So my recommendation is that you just check it out on Peacock if you can. And Halloween Ends, I would give 2 out of 5 stars. It's just okay and doesn't get much better than that. Okay, that's our movie review, guys. It's in theaters and on Peacock right now, 2 out of 5 stars. On TV, I want to touch real quick on She-Hulk. So She-Hulk ended its first season. We don't know if it's going to get a second season yet or not. 9 episodes. The finale, I'm torn on as well. They did some really cool stuff and took us down some really cool paths. I feel like it's something that could come back to bite us in the ass at another point. And again, trying to tiptoe around spoilers for people that haven't seen it yet. It just, I don't know if the swings pay off. And then it felt rushed because as a finale, it was still a 30-minute episode and they had to do so much wrapping up. And I didn't like that. But overall, I did like this show a lot. I really love Tatiana Maslany in this role. I love that Matt Murdock popped up as Daredevil. I like a lot of the things they did here. It went a little off the rails towards the end of the series, but not enough for me to complain about it or be mad. I like what they did. The finale just was interesting. I liked it. I did like it, and they did some really cool stuff with it. It's just, it felt kind of like a cop-out, to be honest. And like I said, I feel like it could back them into a corner down the road. And I'll leave it at that. My boy Peeps, who does Marvel stuff every single week, I think me and Friggins are going to jump on his show next weekend and hopefully do a big season recap of She-Hulk and kind of get our points out, and we can talk in spoilery fashion. But we'll wait and see how that goes. But for now, I still give it a big thumbs up, and can't wait to see where it ranks when I do my MCU television show countdown. Okay, that's all I got. I haven't watched any new TV shows. I've been really binging through the shows I've already started because I'm in the middle of about a dozen different shows. So nothing new popped up this week. So that's what I got. Halloween Ends and She-Hulk over there on Disney Plus. So let's talk box office. Let's get into it right now. Coming in number 10, it's Top Gun Maverick. Number 9 is Terrifier 2. Number 8 is Bros. Number 7, Barbarian. Number 6, Don't Worry, Darling. Number 5, Amsterdam. Number 4, The Woman King. Number 3, Lyle Lyle Crocodile. Number 2, Smile. And number 1, Halloween Ends, bringing in $41.2 million. Really good debut for a movie like this, but it is the lowest performing of the trilogy that came out. Halloween, the one that came out in 2018, was a massive hit, making about $60 million. Halloween Kills brought in about 47 to 48, and that was during peak COVID. And then now Halloween Ends at 41. So you could tell people dropped off and a lot of people streamed it. But I know a lot of people that had Peacock and said, you know what, I still want to go to the theater and check it out. So I just couldn't do it, especially after the bad word of mouth I was hearing. I was like, I'm just going to watch this one at home. But that's the box office, and that's what you get there. So with that all out the way, we're going to dive right into our news of the week. So as you know, they're making a Percy Jackson television show over on Disney Plus, and my boy Edge from the WWE has joined the cast. I believe he's going to be playing the god Ares in the show, and I just think it's awesome. I love Edge. He's been really into acting lately, and I think this is a great, great addition, so congrats to him. We're looking to do a Naked Gun reboot, or maybe even a sequel. I'm hearing some conflicting reports, but it sounds like Akiva Schaffer from The Lonely Island is going to direct this, and Liam Neeson is going to star in it. Now, he might be taking over the main role, but he also might be playing his son. So that's where it could maybe be a sequel, or it'll be a complete reboot. We'll have to wait and see what they do with it, but I love the idea of Liam Neeson being a lead in a Naked Gun remake, because Naked Gun is hilarious and I love spoof movies, so let's see what they do. All right, the L Word Generation Q Season 3 has released its first teaser trailer, so definitely check that out. 80s for Brady, 80 for Brady, I should say. The Tom Brady movie they did with Paramount Pictures is coming soon. It's a road trip comedy, and it's going to be coming out early next year, I believe in February, so keep an eye out for that. I'm sure a trailer will drop soon. Speaking of trailers, we have the trailer for Season 2 of Warrior Nun coming soon to Netflix. I dug Season 1, didn't love it, but definitely looking forward to see what we do with Season 2 here. Game of Thrones vet Indira Varma has joined the Dune prequel, Dune the Sisterhood series. The Beekeeper, Josh Hutcherson, and more have joined the Jason Statham-led action picture. So very cool there as new cast members are signing on for the next action. Jason Statham. Josh Hutcherson, very, very underrated. So I'm glad to see him picking up some work over here. We got the trailer for The English. This is Emily Blunt's new epic Western that she did for Prime Video. So check out the full trailer for that. We also have the trailer for The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself. It's a new supernatural action series that's coming. Lucy Liu has joined Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in his new Amazon Prime holiday action comedy called Red One. So good to see some more signing up to this. We already got Dwayne Johnson. We already got Chris Evans on this. So the cast is already badass. And then add Lucy Liu. She's always a great addition to anything. We have the new trailer for Matilda the Musical. So make sure you check that out. It's Netflix's Roald Dahl adaptation. Of course, doing a musical version. Physical. Season 3. I love the show Physical with Rose Byrne. And now for Season 3, Zooey Deschanel is joining the cast. I love Zooey, so this has me very, very happy. Dumb Money. This is the big GameStop movie that is fully loaded with stars, and I'm going to talk about more stars joining this picture later. But Sony Pictures has acquired the movie, so they're currently filming that right now. The Joy Luck Club looks like it's going to be getting a sequel. It is in development with the original cast in talks to return. We have the trailer for Season 2 of The Mosquito Coast. I really like this show. This is on Apple TV Plus, so looking forward to see where Season 2 takes us. We also have the trailer for Spirited, which looks awesome. This is the new Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell holiday movie that's basically like It's a Wonderful Life. This looks awesome. I cannot wait to see this. This is going to be in theaters for about a week, and then it's going to be on Apple TV Plus. So really looking forward to Spirited. It looks awesome. We have the full trailer for The School of Good and Evil, so make sure you check that out. That's coming soon to Netflix. A Gangs of New York TV series is in the works with Martin Scorsese set to direct. So very cool there for people that are fans of that movie there. Mel Gibson is a radio DJ under attack in a new intense thriller called On the Line. I love those VOD movies. Anthony Mackie is set to battle monstrous creatures in a post-apocalyptic thriller called Elevation. I love Anthony Mackie. He's picking some good projects lately, man, so I can't wait to see what they do here. Netflix is set to launch their basic with ads plan in November, and it'll be less than half the cost of a standard subscription. So very, very cool there. Russell Crowe organizes a dangerous game of deception for his new thriller Poker Face, and you can check out the first trailer for that. Minka Kelly, Maggie Grace, and Dermot Mulroney have signed on for a new thriller called Blackwater Lane. And I got to check my eyes over here, man. My room's a little dark. So TJ Miller came out last week and was saying that him and Ryan Reynolds aren't friends anymore, and they had this big problem when they did Deadpool 2. Well, Ryan Reynolds heard this and reached out, and now TJ Miller says, hey man, everything's all good. He reached out. It was a misunderstanding and we're all good now. So always great to see people making up. So that is really, really cool there. Adam Sandler teases his new movie with the Safdie brothers that it will be just as intense as Uncut Gems. And I like the sound of that because I loved Uncut Gems. So very, very cool to see what he does next. A Dungeons and Dragons documentary with Joe Manganiello. He will do it and he will co-direct it and take an in-depth look at the RPG classics. So a lot of you guys out there I know love D&D, and now you get a really cool behind-the-scenes look at it. Timothy Dalton is joining the Yellowstone prequel 1923 in a villain role, so that'll be pretty cool. One Chicago fans, we got a big exit coming. Brian T will be leaving Chicago Med later this year. So there you go there. Daily Show sets Trevor Noah's final episode and teases that the show will get a big reinvention. The Hardy Boys has officially been renewed for a third and final season over on Hulu.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm James Lovino, and I'm here to tell you about Alternate Sides, a movie podcast with a twist. I've worked in the film business for 2 decades, but I haven't actually seen that many movies, and this has been driving my frequent collaborator, Sam, a self-confessed film snob, crazy. So every week, while he's stuck in his car trying to avoid getting a parking ticket, thanks to New York City's alternate side parking regulations, we discuss a classic film I've finally just gotten around to seeing. Alternate Sides, a new podcast about movies, parking, and a 25-year friendship, wherever you get your podcasts.
Glee's off-screen controversies will be explored in a new 3-part Discovery Plus documentary series. So love that Discovery Plus is doing a lot of these documentaries on the stars. It's pretty cool, man. They're starting to find their niche. TNT acquires The Lazarus Project, which is a UK action drama, and it'll debut in early 2023. The first reactions of Black Adam are here, and they are pretty damn solid, man. Everybody's saying it's a game changer for DC. The Rock was born to play Black Adam. He's amazing. The Justice Society of America is amazing. The action is amazing. The set pieces are outstanding. I mean, there's a couple odd negative ones here and there, but for the most part, everybody's saying this is a fun movie that is action-packed. It is nonstop. I've heard hard to catch your breath because it just keeps going at a very fast pace. And of course, make sure you stay for the post-credit scene because I heard it's a banger. So very excited about that. Ryan Reynolds is teaming up with Kai Nguyen, the writer and co-director of Disney's upcoming animated feature Strange World, to adapt the company's Society of Explorers and Adventurers theme park attraction as a feature film. So very, very cool there. Ryan Reynolds dipping his hand in a lot of pots. We have your first look at the Little Mermaid poster, and it looks beautiful, so check it out under the sea. Kurt Sutter is doing a new Western drama called The Abandons, and that'll be landing over at Netflix. In some sad news, Robbie Coltrane passed away at 72 years old. A lot of people mainly know him from Harry Potter, but he's been in a bunch of things, and I know the world was rocked the other day at the loss of him. So thoughts and prayers to his friends and family. Joe McHale is set to star in a new Fox comedy called Animal Control. WWE superstar Liv Morgan is confirmed for a guest role over on Chucky, which gets me very, very excited. I love Liv Morgan, and I like the show Chucky, so very cool there. Gaia Scodelario is set to star alongside Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning for The Equalizer 3. We have the new trailer for House Party. We have the G green band and a red band for the House Party remake. And this movie looks like it is straight out the 90s. This trailer's cheesy. The movie looks cheesy, but it looks straight out the 90s. I'll probably have to watch it. I don't know how this is getting a theatrical release. This looks like a total streaming movie, but hopefully it's funny. Hopefully it's funny. Furiosa, George Miller's Mad Max spinoff starring Anna Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth, has officially wrapped filming, so very cool there, getting closer. Ghost over on CBS is getting a 1-hour Christmas episode with a holiday rom-com premise. I love Ghost. Once again, I always tell people if they're looking for something funny to watch to check out Ghost. It's on CBS and Paramount Plus. Very excited about this Christmas special. I think that's going to be pretty damn awesome. Big rumor. So putting up the words rumor in your head, this is not confirmation, this is rumor. Mephisto in the MCU. We've been talking about Mephisto since WandaVision. Almost every single Marvel thing that's come out, we're like, Mephisto? Mephisto. Mephisto? Mephisto. We thought Mephisto was in She-Hulk. We thought he was in Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, WandaVision, like all over the place Mephisto. Well, the big rumor is that Mephisto is going to be Sacha Baron Cohen. That's right, Borat himself. Very nice. Mephisto coming to the MCU. Very nice. And will debut in the Ironheart series, which sounds very odd. I don't know why Mephisto would be an Ironheart, but that's the rumor. Sacha Baron Cohen cast as Mephisto and will debut in Ironheart. So we'll keep you posted on that. It's a big rumor. I don't want to go anywhere near a confirmation on this thing because I find it kind of hard to believe, but it's been rumored in so many places. I wanted to at least talk to y'all about it. David Gordon Green, who just finished up his Halloween trilogy, is now working on a trilogy for The Exorcist. He's doing the exact same thing that he did with Halloween for The Exorcist. He's doing a direct sequel to the original. He's making a trilogy. So hopefully he can stick the landing with The Exorcist. But he gives an update on it, and you can check out the article there to learn more. Over on SNL, Jack Harlow is set to host the October 29th episode and will also serve as musical guest. The director from the movie Freaky blasted studios over their day and date release strategies after Halloween Ends launched. He says it destroyed us. Like, he basically at one point says it's like trying to suck two dicks at the same time. He's like, pick one. I get what he's saying, because when Freaky came out, it was in the middle of the pandemic. Not many theaters were open. I went and saw Freaky in the theater, and I think it was me and Geeky Pat and like no one else in the theater. But it was a really good movie, and it probably would have done really well under normal circumstances. But the studio also put it on VOD like 2 weeks after it hit theaters, and it cost them a lot of money. And he's just kind of like, it's not fair anymore. The theaters are open. Pick a side. If you're going to do streaming, do streaming. If you're going to do theatrical, do theatrical. He's like, don't do both. So it's an interesting article up if you want to hear more about it. Ryan Reynolds, that new movie Spirited is coming to theaters on November 11th and will hit Apple TV Plus on November 18th. So I just wanted to let you know about that. The Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell Spirited movie. Netflix's ad tier will stream in 720p, and it's coming November 3rd for $7 a month. So see if that's enough for y'all to sign up for some Netflix under your own logins and stop asking other people for that shit. So just saying. We have the season 3 trailer for Step Up. Christina Milian carries the torch of a dance empire, and you can check out the trailer. It's coming, I think it debuted yesterday over on Stars. Halloween Ends, like I said, opened to 41.2 million, the lowest of the recent trilogy of films, scaring up 17.7 million for a global start of 58.4 total, if you want to add it all in. This morning, we got dropped some new posters for Creed 3. Creed 3 is coming March 3rd, 2023. It was supposed to come out the end of this year. It got pushed back to March. We got a poster of Michael B. Jordan. Got a poster of Jonathan. Oh my God, what was his face? Jonathan. You know Jonathan. The guy who's going to be Kang, Jonathan Majors. Jesus, see, I just needed a second. I was putting myself on the spot. I'm recording late. Been a long day. Jonathan Majors in his poster, because he's the adversary. Michael B. Jordan's. I love Michael B. Jordan's poster says you can't run, and Jonathan Majors' poster says from your past. So what's that mean? Are they brothers? Are they cousins? What are we doing here? Is he Mr. T's son, and we're going to just fight for their dads? I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy, but I'm excited. And it sounds like the new trailer, the first trailer for Creed 3, will drop tomorrow. So looking very forward to seeing that. And man, and sequel news I didn't think we were going to get. It looks like we're going to get a sequel to Twister. It is in production. Directors are being sought out right now. The script is written. It looks like we're going to get Twister 2 after all these years. Very, very interesting there. A Christmas Story. You know we're getting a sequel to that. It's coming to HBO Max in November. It's called A Christmas Story Christmas. And a new teaser trailer dropped today. It doesn't really go into anything other than basically announcing that it's coming. We have the trailer for Mammals, which is Amazon's darkly comedy drama that's coming out, so check that out. The Nun 2 is officially in production right now. We have the new trailer for Tulsa King. Sylvester Stallone leads Paramount Plus's new crime drama. This looks awesome, and I can't wait for it. Rumor has it that The Rock's Black Adam was originally rated R when they finished making it, and they had to tone it down. I can see that, man. You see some of the stuff he does in that movie. You know, I'm kind of on the fence if I even bring my daughter to see this movie, so I am not shocked. DC, man, it sounds like a lot of stuff's going on over there. Man of Steel 2 is possibly in the works. That's right. They're looking to ink a new deal with Henry Cavill, do a Man of Steel 2. They got writers trying to work on it. They're trying to bring a director in. They're saying that The Flash 2 is already written, Batman spinoffs, a new James Gunn project. There's a lot of stuff going. Patty Jenkins said she is done with the script for Wonder Woman 3. So we're blazing along at DC, man. You know, The Rock wants a Black Adam versus Superman movie as well, too. So, man, it's going to be interesting in the world of DC to see what we get, when we get. But there's a lot cooking right now. So stay tuned, man. We will keep you posted on all of the DC news. Dan Levy is set to direct his first film starring Ruth Negga, Himesh Patel, and Luke Evans. It's going to be called Good Grief. So going back to that GameStop movie, Dumb Money, Vincent D'Onofrio, Anthony Ramos, and Dane DeHaan have joined the cast. So some great additions there. Dancing with the Stars season 31 has been crack-a-lacking over on Disney Plus, and unfortunately, Selma Blair has had to exit the show due to health concerns. Everybody was so excited when she signed on to do it. You know, she's been suffering from Parkinson's and some other stuff, and they didn't know if she'd be able to do it. She said, "I can do it," and she went out there and she danced her heart out, and she was killing it. But unfortunately, doctor's orders, she has to leave the show early, and that's very, very sad. Beauty and the Beast is getting an ABC special, and Martin Short and Shania Twain have been added to the special. Sendhil Ramamurthy. Sorry if I butchered that name. I know him mainly from the Heroes show. He was awesome on Heroes, and he is going to be cast in the upcoming season 4 of Doom Patrol. So I don't want to spoil who he's playing, but he is joining the cast, so very cool there. Let's see here. We talked about that. Tom Hanks, his new movie, A Man Called Otto, has been delayed to January of 2023. A couple weeks ago, we talked about another rumor in the Marvel world that Harrison Ford may possibly be taking over the role of Thunderbolt Ross. That was played by William Hurt. Of course, as you know, earlier last year, William Hurt passed away, unfortunately. So this rumor hit. And then it kind of went quiet. And then it started rumoring up the rumor mill again a couple days ago. And now it's official. That's right. Harrison Ford will take over the role of General Ross from the late William Hurt. And he will actually make his debut first in Captain America New World Order. So very cool there to see him making an addition in a different Marvel movie than we thought. Everybody was saying Thunderbolts. He's going to be in Thunderbolts. It's going to be Captain America 4 first. Then, guys, you're getting your Thunderbolts. That's right. So apart from Captain America 4, Harrison Ford will also play General Ross in Thunderbolts, of course, the movie about the team of supervillains, which is set to be directed by Jake Schreier. So very great addition. If you're going to replace William Hurt, you do it with Harrison Ford. I think that's pretty damn awesome. So very, very cool there. Tatiana Maslany talking about She-Hulk's finale and saying that she's actually waiting for the Daredevil Born Again call. So she would love to pop up on Daredevil. I would love to see her on Daredevil after him being on her show. Why not? She should definitely pop up. After just a year of being back in business, G4 TV is shutting down again. That's right. Sad news as a lot of people got laid off today over that. And I hate to end on that sour note because it sucks that G4 is shutting down again. I know that was a big hub for a lot of people, but that is the news. That is our last piece of breaking news that leads us through current time right now. And look at us coming in at 30 minutes. That's what happens when I don't have 10 movies to review and 15 TV shows. We come in at a nice 30 minutes, and I love it. So I got a big week ahead of me. I'm very, very busy. So I'm going to get up on out of here. Make sure you bookmark miontheair.com so you can get everything you need right there. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Am I On The Air. You can follow me on Twitter at DXDonMega. Make sure you like our page on Facebook, facebook.com/Am I On The Air. Make sure you subscribe to us on Apple Podcast. If you don't, get us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. We're on all the other streamers. Search up Am I On The Air and give us a follow. Speaking of follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. And get some video reviews. That's why we do video reviews on our TikTok and our Instagram, and I think you'll really enjoy. And shout out to our great affiliates at reddragonsradio.com. That's reddragonsradio.com. Follow on Twitter at reddragonsradio. Our great affiliate over at Pop Culture Pros, and you can follow them on Twitter at popculture_pros. Thank you so much for always streaming Am I On The Air on demand. And that'll do it for me on this Monday, October the 17th. I appreciate you all getting caught up with me. Have an amazing week. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Red Dragons! Red Dragons!